Okay, so today we are going to complete slide 12 and 13. Yesterday, you were supposed to finish slide 12 for homework and then do the Edpuzzle assignment. Hopefully you already did the Edpuzzle assignment, got it done. It is already transferred over. So whenever you go here, you're going to click on View Your Classwork or View Your Work, and then click on maybe Turned In or something. Let me see. Let me see if it transfers it over for you. Edpuzzle. These are all turned in, so I can hit return. And then it'll come to you with your grade. So if you didn't do it, if it says missing, it means you have a 0 in it right now. So go to classwork, click on view your work, and then click on missing or returned to see which ones you have grades on and see which ones you have missing, I guess. Grades, Edpuzzle, yeah. So it'll give you a grade if you finish it. It automatically loads it for me. Okay, so let's look at slide 12. We are going to finish up with 7 through 12. So open up your composition book. Then that's great. All we're going to do is check them and make sure you got them right. I'm going to insert a picture of mine. Oh, but my camera is not working, so I'll have to do it on the other one. So here, let's make it bigger. Here is my 7 through 10. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more so I can get, and I'm going to take a picture of this. So I have to do mine a little different because my camera's not working. Okay, so that is 7, 8, 9, and 10. So look and see if you got them right. So 7 is 6, 8 is 200, 9 is 32, 10 is 9. If you didn't do them, don't try to copy them now. You're going to have to go and rewatch the video so you can do it. Okay, the next one's 11 and 12. So 11 is C and 12 is 4. 11 is 3. There we go. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, do y'all have any questions on these? Okay. Let me find my Chrome. Okay, here we go. Gotta pause it for a minute. Okay, so I've put 7 through 12 in my slide, so make sure you do that also. And we are going to move into slide 13. So I'm going to start a new page in my composition book, and I'm going to name this Solving One Variable Equations when variables are on both sides. And this is slide 13. Okay, so I'll show you my page. Let's go ahead and copy that down. We're going to work through the problems, showing our work, and also checking our answers. Mm-hmm. And here we go. So our steps that we went over yesterday said simplify first and then do inverse operations to get all the variables on one side, all the numbers on the other. So I always want to move the smaller variable to the other side. That's with equations. Anthony, will you shut my door for me? So I want to move, since we have a positive 5a and a positive 4a, I'm going to move the 4a first. So I'm going to put a little note over here. Move smaller coefficient first. Because a lot of people aren't sure how to begin. You always want to move that smaller one over to the other side. So I need to get rid of this 4a then. So I'm going to subtract 4a on both sides. So I have 4a minus 4a, which is 0, because they're inverses. And I get to carry down the left-hand side. Oh, hold on. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. I almost skipped a step. Okay, here we go. So I carry down the negative 3. And then I have 5a minus 4a. 1a, or just a, equals negative 10. Okay, I have the a here. All the a's are on the left side, so that means I need to get all the constants to the other. So I need to get rid of this minus 3. Yep, add 3 to both sides. So negative 3 plus 3 is 0. That leaves us with, I can write it as 1a, or I can drop off that 1 and just have it as a, because they mean the same thing. Equals negative 10 plus 3. Negative 7. If you need to use your calculator, go for it. I'm not going to judge you, because you can use your calculator now. All right, so a equals negative 7, but we still need to check our work. And we're going to use the calculator for this. But before we put anything in the calculator, we got to know what to put in the calculator. So every time I see an a, I'm going to plug in the negative 7. So here's an a here, here's an a here. I'm plugging into the original equation. So negative 3 plus 5 times a negative 7 is the left side, equals 4 times a negative 7 minus 10. I'm going to put a question mark on the top of the equal sign because I'm not sure if that's true or not. So now I'm going to put in the left side first. So negative 3 plus 5, parentheses negative 7. You can use the calculator on your Chromebook, or you can grab a calculator from the back of my room. Just whenever you're done with it, leave it on the desk. If you need to get up now and grab a calculator, go for it. So whenever I put that in, the left side says negative 38. Let's see what the right side says. 4 parentheses negative 7 minus 10. It also equals negative 38. So since they are equivalent, that means that x does equal negative 6. So put a little check mark. And then put a box around our answer. A equals negative 7. And if you ever want to use markers or colored pencils or colored pens in your notes, you can. I do have some in the back of the room if you need. Okay, any questions on number 1? Okay, so let's go to number 2. Let's see, how is it written in our... 2 is next to it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Negative 2k equals k minus 7 minus 8. Okay, so we have the problem written down. And what I told you earlier is move the smaller coefficient first. So our coefficients are -2, and that would be like 1k. So which one do I want to move? Do what? -2. So I'm going to do plus 2k to both sides. So when I do that, what happens to -2k and positive 2k? So it's 0 equals, I can put a 0 in there because that's what it is, 1k plus 2k. It's 3k. Oh, but I forgot to do something with this. What can I do with that? I can actually find out what that is. -7 minus 8. -15. So minus 15. I should have simplified that before I started moving things around. Sorry. Little mistake there. But it's okay. It's not going to mess anything up. Okay, so now I have the 3k on this side. I have a 0 here and a -15 here. So I need to move this -15 to the other side by doing the opposite. So plus 15. So it's 15 equals 3k. Now what do I do? Divide by 3 on both sides. And I get 5 equals k. Or we can write it as k equals 5. And we still need to check. So check. Every time I see the k, I'm going to plug in the 5. So this would be -2 times 5 equals 5 minus 7 minus 8. So -2 times 5 is -10. And then 5 minus 7 minus 8. -10. So that means we did it right. K equals 5. Okay, let's go to number 3. -16 plus 3n equals -8 minus 5n. I'm going to go ahead and write down number 4 also. Okay, so let's look at number 3. Need to move the smaller n. So which one's smaller? -5n. So I need to do plus 5n to both sides. Make sure you put it underneath the n. These will cancel. I just carry down the negative 16 equals 3n plus 5n. Oh, not equals. What am I thinking? Plus 8n, I mean, equals negative 8. Did I write it right? Okay, so now what do I do?
Add 16.
Yep, we need to add 16 to both sides. Because you always do the inverse. So if this is negative 16, you do plus 16. So we have 8n equals negative 8 plus 16. Or we could switch it around to say 16 minus 8. It's just 8. Then divide by 8 on both sides. So n, what's 8 divided by 8? 1. So n equals 1. And we check it. So every spot we see an n, we plug in a 1. So it's negative 16 plus 3 times 1 equals negative 8 minus 5 times 1. You can just put it in the calculator just like that if you want. Negative 16 plus 3. The times 1 isn't going to change anything. So that equals negative 13 equals negative 8. Make sure you put negative 8, not minus 8. And then minus 5 times 1, negative 13. So since they are equal on both sides, once you plug in n equals 1, n equals 1 is our solution. You're all getting the hang of it? Hopefully. Okay. Let's go to number 4. Draw your line down your equal sign. So we have 4n minus 1 equals 6n plus 8 minus 8n plus 15. The left-hand side is simplified, but the right-hand side is not. We need to combine like terms. So we have 6n minus 8n. Left-hand side, we just carry it down. But the right side, 6n minus 8n. What is that? 6 minus 8. Negative 2. Because you're bigger number. And if you want to do keep, change, you can. So whenever I do that, I'm just ignoring this number right here, and I'm only looking at the 6n minus 8n. I get negative 2n. And then we have 8 plus 15. Since they're on the same side of the equal sign, I just simplify them. So 8 plus 15 is 23. Okay, so now it's simplified. I have a variable with a coefficient and a number on both sides. So now I can start moving my variable. I want to move the smaller one. Which one is a smaller coefficient? Negative 2. So I do the opposite of that. So 4n plus 2n is 6n. But don't forget that minus 1 that's still there. And then carry down the 23. Okay, so get rid of the minus 1 and do plus 1. So I get 6n equals 24. Divide by 6. N equals 24 divided by 6. Oh, yeah, it's 4. So then we check our work. By plugging in every time we see an n. So 4 times 4 minus 1 equals, with the question mark over the top, 6 times 4 plus 8 minus 8 times 4 plus 15. Okay, so 4 times 4 minus 1 is 15 equals, because that's 16 minus 1, 6 times 4 plus 8 minus 8 times 4 plus 15. It equals 15, so that means we did it right. Okay, so we have 2 more problems. Number 5. 1 minus 3r equals, or 3x. Where did r come from? Who knows? 3x plus 1. And then number 6 is 4r plus 8 plus 5 equals negative 15 minus 3r. Okay, so the left side. We're going to move the smaller x. So which one's the smaller coefficient?
Negative 6.
So how do we get to the other side?
Yeah.
Plus 3x. Carry down the 1 equals 3x plus 3x. 6x plus 1. Subtract 1 on both sides. One minus 1, that is 0, equals 6x. And then what do we do? Divide by 6. If I have 0 and divide by a number, what do I get? 0. It's kind of like 0 cookies divided by 6 friends. Nobody's going to get anything. So x equals 0. We can get that as an answer. So now we're going to check it. 1 minus 3 times 0 equals 3 times 0 plus 1. Anytime you multiply by 0, it becomes 0. So that just equals 1, which is true. And so x equals 0 is our solution. Okay, so let's go to number 6, our last one. Okay, it is not simplified on both sides. So I need to simplify before I do anything. So the left side, I can combine these by just doing 8 plus 5. Whoa, I don't know what that was. So it'd be 4r plus 8 plus 5. It's 13 equals negative 15 minus 3r. Now I move the smaller variable. So which one's the smaller? Negative 3r. So I do plus 3r to both sides. Always put it underneath the like variable. So negative 3r plus 3r is 0. So we can cross those out. 4r plus 3r, 7r. Carry down the plus 13 equals negative 15. Seven R needs to be by itself, so I need to move this plus 13 and do minus 13. So I get 7R equals negative 15 minus 13. Negative 28, right. And I divide by 7. R equals negative 28 divided by 7. Equals negative 4. Only thing left to do is check our work. My pen is running out. So we do 4. Do it with a different pen. 4 times negative 4 plus 8 plus 5 equals negative 15 minus 3 times the negative 4. We'll put that in. 4 times the negative 4 plus 8 plus 5. Then negative 15 minus 3 times the negative 4. Or you plug them in, both sides will equal negative 3. So this is a way to show that you got the correct answer. So R does equal negative 4. All right, so you can take a picture of this whole page and put it in your journal. If you can't get it all in one, you can do 2 different pictures if you'd like. Okay, so I went ahead and put mine in. Go ahead and do yours. Let's look at our assignment for today. It says assignment on Delta Math, solve 2 and 3-step equations. So you'll log in under Delta Math and look for the new assignment that says solve 2 and 3-step equations.
Turn it on my phone. It's like inventory.
Yes, you can take a picture on your phone. You can work out all of your Delta Math assignments in your composition book. So in case I ask, how did you do it? What did you do? You can show that to me. So make sure you're working these out whenever you do the assignment.